What's going on, people? It's your man the YB back once again. So, just to give you, man, some context before we go into Hearn's expose of this situation, expose of the truth of the situation. Like I said, let's give you the background here. So, essentially, a month or so ago at the, AJ versus Ngannou fight, Mohammed Prince, Turkey Salman Sheikh, violated Frank Warren. Yeah, now they call it cultural, call it what you want. Cultural violation is what we'll call it. That's what I'm terming it. Cultural violation. Yeah? A violation of the culture. That's the truth. This was a violation of the culture, people. The culture of... I don't want to say self-respecting men, but... Do you know what I'm saying? If the hat fits in that, that's what it is. This was a violation of the culture, people. Yeah? Like I said in my video. Now, I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of ranting here, but the point is, people, you can have your culture. I can have mine. We can do business together. We can leave it there, right? That's where we can leave it. We ain't got to be all in the video doing whatever you want to do in your culture, right? That's for these man here. You see the man there? Yeah? Listen. This culture of holding hands and whatever else, that's for this Donny here in the back and this Donny. And any other Donnies with this headwear on. That's their business, right? It's not mine. Who here sees some hat on Frank's head? I don't see one. That's not his culture. Yeah? If you've got some quirky things you do in your things, and that's good for you, innit? Yeah? Respect. Universal respect. Hey, I may be culturally appropriating some next things. You, man, don't have to do it. You understand? That's a respect for an individual. Hey, Frank, I'm on some next thing, and do you want to... Maybe Frank obliged, but it didn't look like it to me anyway. I've already rambled on way too long. So essentially, this video came out. I'll play it now. So Turkey come out and then just grips up Frank's hand. And Frank's like this. Frank's like, oh, look, if you watch it on my YouTube, sorry, on my Twitter, Frank's like, he's like, imagine a hostage. Imagine, yeah, a situation where, well, yeah, you are a hostage. And they tell you, listen, you need to walk and don't make a scene. Don't make a scene. Suffer in silence. Yeah? You're going to walk out with me and you're going to pretend everything okay. That was what Frank's like. He's like, just getting culturally violated. Yeah? That's what he's like. Frank was dying inside, people stop. Yeah? They say the eyes say 1,000 words. 100%. He died in... I've seen a man... Come on, stop. We've all seen a man dying inside. Yeah? This is one of them. You're like, oh, no. That's how I felt inside. I thought, oh, not Frank. Do you know what I mean? If I felt that, it weren't my hand. Yeah, I know he's feeling that inside. You call it what you want, man. Yeah. Like, it's not natural. More time, I can walk down the road with my bird and not think twice about grabbing her hand. I'm just not interested, personally, as a man, right? I don't hold your hand for what? Do you understand? That's what, I hate to say it, but that's what women need to do. Women are focused on, hold my hand, and that's the bottom line. Yeah? In my opinion. Fact, women are trying to be doing all the hand holding. That's my culture. If anyone, if at all, it's a woman's job to grab hand. I ain't grabbing no one's hand. Yeah? If you want to walk on my hand, that's a blessing for you. Do you understand? Maybe that's what it is here, but it's a woman's job. So, anyway. Frank minding his business. His hands gets gripped up. Anyway, tutus. Carl Froch sees this video and does a rant about it and says, oh, Frank, is that your daddy? Like, why is another grown man holding your hand? Etc, etc. Frank Warren since come out. I did a reaction video to it and lambasted Carl Froch. Eddie Hearn has also thrown his 2 pennies in, and we'll get to that now, but it's a bit more, what's the word, it's not as, things aren't what they seem here in Eddie Hearn's response. Eddie Hearn says one thing, but does another, yeah? He says, oh, Carl Froch is wrong, essentially, and, you know, whatever else, but I'm going to prove to you, by Hearn's actions, that he also felt it was a violation, yeah? I'm going to show to you with leaked pictures in a moment. Eddie Hearn, he didn't want to hold her hands. Oops. Yeah? So it weren't that cool. Otherwise, Eddie would have been all in the video. Anyway, let's get to Eddie Hearn's response. Here we go.
In the relationships, Carl Froch, as I did say on Frank Warren and Turkey Al-Sheikh holding hands. I know, from my perspective, I know that's a cultural thing there, but Carl doesn't seem to be on board with, you know, all the partnerships and getting together and working together. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I think Carl's job right now is to be controversial for his channel. I think his channel's a very entertaining watch, and he seems to be having a back and forward with Frank at the moment. Stay out of that one. But we're all enjoying the partnership. And as I said earlier in an interview, you know, Carl says, oh, money. Yeah, I mean, as a business, of course, you're going to be looking for opportunities for your fighters and yourself and the business. But all I can tell you is we're genuinely enjoying the experience of working in Saudi Arabia and with His Excellency. It's refreshing. It's invigorating. It's fruitful. And long may it continue.
That's a couple of things, Eddie, quickly. I've seen that Mike Tyson...
So, this wasn't the best example, but essentially Eddie Hearn carries on the line of Eddie. I'll tell you, actually, I'm not sure what way to look at this. Eddie Hearn is already here letting slip that it weren't cool. Eddie Hearn actually didn't, he obfuscated. He was like, well, you know, it's about the money and the money's good. He didn't say that he wanted to be holding man's hand, did he? All due respect. Frank Warren, in his reaction, came out and said, oh man, it's normal and I love doing it kind of thing. I've done it everywhere. I did it in the Yemen. Eddie Hearn didn't say that. He was like, he started chopping and changing. Oh no. Well, he didn't say oh no, but he skeeted over the actual topic. The topic is, Eddie, is it a violation? Do gripping your hand up. Eddie Hearn's like, well, Carl Froch is moaning about the partnership in Saudi. That wasn't the question though, Eddie. Yeah, the thing in question was the hand grabbing. Eddie Hearn, he skeeted off that topic, and very smartly done. But the truth is, and I'm going to show you in a minute, Eddie Hearn ain't trying to hold no one's hand like that. And if you watch my original video on this topic, probably 2-3 weeks ago, I said this. I said Eddie is that guy who, when you go to a club, he's not stupid, Eddie ain't. He's not square. He may look square, but he's intelligent. When Eddie Hearn goes to a club and he sees someone about to kick off, he's the guy who disappears to the toilet and then pops his head out and, oh, the coast is clear now, the beef's over, and then comes out like, what happened? I can't believe it. Even though he anticipated the beef. Eddie Hearn anticipates violations and out of there. Yeah, he ain't trying to get caught lacking like that. That's Eddie. And you saw him do it here. He's skeeting over the topic. Eddie, is it a violation, man, grabbing your hand? Eddie Hearn, oh, you know, apples and pears, and yeah, Saudi bag's good and it's fruitful for everyone. That wasn't the question, though, Eddie. Anywho, like I said, he's a smart man. He knows what to say and what not to say. He'd be a good lawyer. He's all over the place. You can't really lock him down. After watching this, who here knows Eddie Hearn's opinion on some man holding another man's hand? We don't know. Which is smart. It's lubricative. It keeps that Saudi coin flowing. Even if deep inside you don't really want to hold people's hands. Now, or himself personally. Yeah, Eddie Hearn's happy for Frank to hold dude's hand, but he ain't want to be holding hands. How do I know this? Oops. This is a leak. Ain't no one seen this before, people. Yeah, this is why Eddie Hearn... this is why Eddie Hearn ain't got much to say on the topic. Look, and I hate to put this out there, because I've basically... If Turkey sees this video, yeah, he's going to see that I've baited Eddie Hearn up now. The game's over for Eddie now, yeah? The whole game of putting your hands in your trouser pocket shtick is over for Eddie in Saudi. Because you best believe, Turkey... Eddie can put his hands in his pocket what he wants. Turkey going to be in there fishing for them hands. You best believe it. It's a bit like when you, I don't know, if you go to a wedding with your missus, yeah? And you post up and put your hands in your blazer or put your hands in your pockets for a picture. You best believe she's going to be in there digging your hand out and locking arms and whatever else. Trying to get in the mix. Turkey going to be on that. So my apologies, Eddie, for baiting your game up. It was a nice little slick move you pulled here. And listen, before I saw this picture, I told you the type of cat Eddie Hearn was. And here, this is the evidence of it. Eddie Hearn anticipates violations and he avoids them politely. Yeah? And this is what he did here. I'm sure you can see it. Frank Warren is naive and a bit loosey-goosey. He just out here with his hands laying low. Eddie Hearn knows the kind of cat this dude is. What does Eddie Hearn do? Eddie Hearn puts both his hands in his pocket, which is quite unusual. Right, normally when you're in like this guy's giving you the bag and it's all fruitful for all of us. Normally in this situation, in a group photo, you put your arms around people or, you know what I mean? You get close together. There's a good, I mean, you can see air here. There's air between Eddie and dude. And both of his hands. If you were to get a body analyst, what do they call it? If you were to get a, what do they call them? Then people on YouTube who, well, there's a craft of it or a profession. It's not body. Is it body analysis? I'm not sure, but essentially they analyse people's body language. That's it. A body language expert. If you got a body language expert, Eddie Hearn here, again, I'd say he looks like a hostage who's told to smile. He's like super tight and super close in. He's like a fake smile, because at this point in time, all Eddie Hearn is thinking about is, oh, I beg this dude, don't try to grab my hand. That's what he's thinking. He's like, please get this photo over with. I want to be out of here before I get violated like Frank. Frank's out here all loosey-goosey and shit. Hands everywhere. Eddie, he posted up. Hands in his pocket, mate. Notice there's no arm over the shoulder. None of that rubbish. Hands in his pocket. Now, YB, that's just Eddie. Oops. Oopsie doopsie. Yeah? This is Eddie Hearn normally. Same setup here. He's got his suit on, his blazer on, and he's got his arm round. And if you go to any, I've gone back, I'm not going to show you a whole bunch of pictures, but trust me, if you go to any Eddie Hearn press conference or a situation like that in front of the media, his hands are out, his arms are over shoulders, he's in the mix. Yeah? Rightfully so, it's a happy event. You've just signed the Saudi bag, let's all be friends and sing Kumbaya, like hippies round a tree, right? Yeah? Look at him here. All of it's out, and rightfully so. Oops. Eddie, come on, Eddie. You might have played all them dopey dudes, all them dopey so-called boxing YouTube whatevers. You ain't playing me though. I see this play here. Stop lying to yourself. Well, he's not lying, he's getting the bag. Eddie Hearn chasing the bag. Professionally. But, like I said, this interview here is actually more telling than I thought it would be. Before I came and did this video, I thought I was going to come on here and say, oh, Eddie Hearn, he's kind of aired out Carl Froch, but he didn't. He actually skirted the topic. The man asked him directly, Eddie Hearn, what's your comments on Frank Warren holding hands? Eddie Hearn goes into a big tirade about how Saudi is fruitful. That wasn't the question. Yeah? But it's smart to do. And this inadvertently hides his true thoughts, I believe. Because if Eddie Hearn thought it was all loosey-goosey and cool, he'd say that. As many other people have done. Many other people have come and out and said, yeah, I love holding people's hand. I love it. It's cultural. Eddie didn't say that. That was the play. We've all heard everyone's interview. We've all heard Frank Warren's interview. That was the play, right? The play was to come out and say, yeah, it's cultural and it's not a problem. I love doing it. Eddie didn't do that. He ignored the question. He did not directly answer the question. Like a politician. Which shows, or in my opinion, at the very least implies, he ain't really down with that. And again, that's, people talk about culture, but that's the right. I can have my culture and you can have yours. Right? You can be cool with holding hands and kissing. I don't have to be. That's true respect at the man level. Yeah? I respect your culture, you respect mine. And respectfully keep your hands, any man. Now listen, you best believe it. I'm sure there's some bad Saudi gal out there, 100%. Now if some of them bad Saudi gal want to come out and get touchy, that's 100%. Whole different situation of conversation here. Yeah? But all the dudes out there, man, keep your hand to yourself. Keep your hand in the vehicle at all times. No doubt about that one. Keep your hands to yourself. No doubt. Ain't got to be touching another man. That's my culture. And I'm not saying, am I really hard? No, but we can be friends and whatever else. Even hugging. Hugging is like a quick boom kind of thing. But walking next and holding man, nah, it's a weird thing. It's a weird, for me personally, for my culture, it's just weird. I can hug someone quick time and call it quits there kind of thing. But imagine walking. It's like, it does feel like, especially if they're leading in front of you. Frank Warren and dude weren't walking side on side. Frank was following. Let's have a look at the video again. Where is it? Where was it? Allow it. Here it was. So look, yeah, Frank's in the back, people. He's a good foot or two behind Turkey. And now the cultural argument is, well, it's respectful, you don't walk in front of the king. But again, listen, it's difficult because you're there getting the Saudi bag, so you have to pay homage almost, but I don't know, man. True respect for people's cultures isn't that you have to assimilate mine. If that makes sense. Yeah? If I have to come and assimilate to your culture, then that's not even real respect. On either part. If you're forcing me to respect it, Well, there's no force here, is there? Frank Warren desperate for the bag. So what this really shows is that people have no... their morals and their standards will do anything for the bag, which you already know. It's not rocket science here. But you best believe that's what it is here. Yeah? Imagine walking behind another man and holding his hand. I'm trying to picture myself. I'm gonna hold your hand and walk behind. No, that's not gonna be me though. Fair play to everyone out there who love the culture, man. Fair play to them, but it's not gonna be me. Not gonna be me. And if it was me, I'd be broke for sure. 100%. Frank's got a few mil or however much he got. He ain't broke. I ain't gonna lie. If they told me, YB, come out here, we're gonna put you on and hold my hand. Oh, you see the YB out there, hold your hand. I'll tell you though. I'll tell you. I said, listen, people, I'm broke. I'm broke as a joke. I'm down bad. So it's one of them. Yeah? You know, listen, we've all been there. Yeah? If you've been broke as a joke, you'll know there's a needs must, yeah? That's what I'd tell you. I wouldn't come out capping about culture. I said, listen, I'm down bad. I've dropped all my morals and I'm gonna, if I have to carry this dude, if I have to hold this dude hand around this whole arena, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what it is. Oops. Yeah? That's what you should do. Just admit it. Yeah? I've sold out for the bag. I'm broke. But if you got Frank must have 10 mil in the bank by now, I'd have thought. If you got 10 mil in the bank, you're making off interest alone on an average case basis 50k a month. If you can't get your shit together with 50k a month coming in, then what can I tell you? What can I tell you? I don't know what you're trying to achieve. What do you want? If you can't make 50k a month work for you, I don't know what you're looking for. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, and lick off the bell. 100%, no doubt.